Hello everyone. Today, Tom and Ken will be taking you through the competitive swimming stroke that is backstroke. In this presentation, we will cover the research showing the technical components required to do the stroke, common coaching cues or tips that you can use to improve your backstroke, and how your coach can best evaluate your technique.
To start off, we'll discuss some of the research around what technical components make a successful backstroke. But first, in order for the backstroke to be introduced, students have to be confident in their ability to glide on their backs in a streamlined position as per AusSwim 2014. According to Barbosa et al. 2011, the predominant muscle groups in activation for most efficient backstroke techniques are the bicep brachialis, tricep brachialis, deltoids, and also the latissimus dorsi. Barbosa 2011 compared World Championship finalist swimmers to Olympic game competitive swimmers in his study. He discovered that the more successful athletes had a higher stroke length. This was a result of higher activation levels in the aforementioned muscle groups.
Body position. To introduce backstroke to students, one must start with ensuring the students have the correct body position. Students need to have their ears just under the surface of the water. Students are encouraged to round their back to allow for a more proficient body roll. In this case, the upper back is deeper than the student's head as it is resting in the water. To stop beginner students from sinking, ensure that the head is not pressed against the chest.
In order to maintain a correct backstroke technique, students need to kick continuously throughout the stroke, with their knees below the water at a 30-degree angle. Their toes should be turned inward naturally or plantar flexed in order for a low splash to occur and the water to move backwards. Teaching cues include asking the student to kick from their hips and engaging the core throughout the motion.
Arms. It is recommended that students are taught the arm method as a whole skill approach. If students are struggling, however, the part approach can be adopted in order for the skill to be learnt effectively. The ability to catch the water is considered the most important part of the stroke, and for correct technique to be taught, it is important to stress students not to overreach. Doing this will keep the body in a streamlined position. The pinky must enter the water first in the catch phase, and the students must use the body roll in order to allow the predominantly used muscles to recover and maintain a streamlined position according to Barbosa et al. 2011. The arm should have a sliced streamlined position in order to stop eddy circles.
Unlike other swimming strokes, backstroke's breathing technique is quite unique compared to others. The students are encouraged to breathe as naturally as possible, but the correct technique for this is to breathe in and out on alternate strokes. In on one arm and out on the other.
Evaluation of technique. Swimming instructors need to be able to identify the areas of students' techniques to be able to evaluate the success of their stroke. According to AusSwim 2014, to perform backstroke successfully, one must identify the following aspects of the student's technique. The body must rotate on its long axis and have the head remain still. Continuous kicking throughout the stroke is required with a smooth arm action, and breathing is to be timed on alternate arm strokes naturally.
Teaching cues. Ask students to kick continuously throughout the stroke with a 30-degree bend as per AusSwim 2014. As mentioned before, breathe in on one arm and out on the other. Also, as mentioned before, the body remains on its long axis, but the head remains still to maintain a streamlined position. Arms should have a sliced and streamlined entry which will lower eddy turbulence. The wrist must be firm when catching the water, as a floppy wrist is ineffective as the swimmer loses speed at the most critical part of the stroke.
Common errors. Students often have their head tucked into their chest, causing them to sink. Students' arms are not fully extended at the catch phase, which causes an inefficient lack of propulsion. Students' arms fail to brush past their ear, causing a wider stroke. Arms overextend, causing the students to not travel in the most efficient straight line possible. If students are not traveling with enough propulsion, this could be due to the common error of students not plantar flexing their toes, and in this case, water is not traveling away from the student's body.
With these progressions and teaching cues, they are vital to assist with the learning of backstroke. When followed closely and practiced regularly, the fluency and efficiency of the stroke can be increased, and as a result, students will show more confidence in their backstroke and be able to swim with competency. Thank you very much.
Signing off, Tom and Ken.